want you to tell me a little bit about your career, because you're known as Grandpapa.
So they call me the grandpapa of hip life. But then as they would come to find out, I was old enough. I'm just pretty. And so, you know what I'm saying? So, I have now actually become a real grandpapa.
I assume asked her to marry you. When did you know that?
When I impregnated her.
Oh, that'll do it
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I went in her space.
Yeah, that'll do it sometimes.
And dropped some gems.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am still here in Accra, in Ghana, and I'm talking to really two legends. As I'm discovering two legends here, and we're going to have a great conversation. We are at the office. Is this what this is known as, the office?
It's actually
Rockstone's office.
Rockstone's office.
Yeah.
Rockstone's office. I am here with the legend, Reggie Rockstone, and his wife, Dr. Zilla Limann. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedules, because I know both of you are very busy. And they are the creators of Waakye.
Yeah.
Waakye is the best Waakye
In the world.
Undoubtedly.
In the whole wide wicked world.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. We about to tell them.
Well, Reggie, I want to, before we get into the Waakye,
Right.
I want you to tell me a little bit about your career, because you're known as Grandpapa.
Yes, that's one of my many accolades, Grandpapa. Grandpapa is via my affiliation with a music genre that I created called hip life. I came home in '93, and I started this whole movement called hip life, which is a branch of hip hop where we express ourselves in our own languages.
Okay.
Yes, language is information, as you know it. And so instead of calling it hip hop, we came up with the title. It was a working title that blew up, Hip Life. Now, the most popular music genre from Ghana is high life.
High life.
Yes.
Okay, because I hear that in some of the songs.
Yeah, high life. Yeah.
That's what we are
So that high life is to Ghana what reggae is to Jamaica. So basically, the rebranding of the concept that I had put out there was to take the hip from hip hop and the life from high life, and so you got hip life, and it took off so fast, and also in terms of branding, it was very intelligent. Today, you could do a whole thesis on how, we came to this, because when you listen to the very name High Life, it sounds so similar to Hip Life.
Got
So in terms of selling the concept, it was a very easy sell. We didn't jump from High Life to, Reggie Rockstone, boom music or something. We went straight to something that it was familiar with, which is High Life. So that is probably a part of the reason why they accepted it. So besides the fact that we are African and hip hop did originate from here, so we were just getting our slice of the pie. That's it. But yeah, that's how. So they call me the grandpapa of hip life. But then as they would come to find out, I was old enough. I'm just pretty, and so you know what I'm saying. So I have now actually become a real grandpapa. And yeah, that's how it all came about.
But the I think it's probably the young millennial generation.
Yes.
And I guess even younger Gen Xers, and then even some of the Generation Z, probably the grand baby age.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have a tremendous amount of respect for you. It's everywhere I go. There's nothing that I hear negative about Reggie Rockstone?
Oh, I guess you ain't met the right folks then.
Well, that
You
is
can't
true.
please.
More like the
You
wrong
can't.
folks,
You can't
not the
please.
right
Oh, the
folks.
right. You can't please them all.
No, you
Not
can't.
even if you sold ice cream.
That's the truth.
You know, and I'm selling rice and beans. Yes, I do definitely have that respect. You know, very well earned. You know, via the music, via the way I carry myself. I am very receptive to young people, and of course, it makes sense because of the very thing that I am popular for, which is it's a youth-oriented
Yes,
style,
yes.
hip hop, hip life. So they kind of kept me preserved for many, and also there's a history when it comes to my lineage from my father. My father was a legendary fashion designer.
Really?
Yes, Saint Jose Ricky is his name, and he pretty much did what I did with fashion. You know, he lived in the West. You know, he started his fashion line in the West, and then he got his calling, being the Pan-African that he was. Came home and did for fashion what I'm doing with music. So, you know, it's kind of like the apple don't fall too
Yeah, I was
far
gonna
from the
say.
tree. So it's a generational name that has come, has just evolved. And then when you take all of the above, then you come to who the family I married into.
I was
you know what I'm saying?
You saw the
So,
segue. I was
exactly.
about to take that segue
You know,
because I'm hearing these lineages and everything.
So you know, it all comes 360. You know, and that's my claim to fame. But I guess the respect you earn respect. So, you know, it wasn't because I was just popular. It's because of the work that I put into it.
And I can tell that you're about the people.
Yes, I am.
And obviously you've created great music because people
Most definitely.
they can recognize good music and
Oh,
not so
without
good
a
music.
doubt.
So you have that history, you know, to carry with this.
Yeah.
And then obviously now you have your bride.
Yes.
And so as we are,
Well, you know, on camera, that's my boss.
that's your boss. That's how.
So if you married, you know what that
The
is.
words you guys are doing
Yeah,
are
the bridal
right,
boss.
The B words.
You sure? Yeah.
So Dr. Zilla, so tell me, you actually have in your lineage, because now I understand why the two of you are so powerful.
Uh-huh.
Because you both descend from power. So tell me a little bit about your story and I guess your journey. Then you tell me how the two of you met, and then we'll talk about some
Sure
Waakye a
enough.
little bit.
Yeah, no, right. That's a long story.
So we make it
So,
short.
My story is actually very different from Reggie because my upbringing was totally different. So my dad, he was the president of the Third Republic, Dr. Zilla Limann. I was born during his presidency, you know, but shortly into his term, he was ousted by a military coup.
Okay.
So it was a very turbulent time. Then again, I was a baby. So
you
you know,
didn't know.
I didn't know, but I have older siblings. We're actually 7. We are 7 kids.
7?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm number 6, and there's number 7. So we are like the bottom, you know. Exactly. It wasn't a very pleasant time around that time because he first of all, a military coup. We literally had to escape. We literally ran away for our lives as it
Really?
were. You
Yeah.
know, eventually, I think my
It's a
dad was
movie.
apprehended. He was under house arrest for a couple of years. You know, and during this time, nothing was found against him to be able to, you know, put him down in whichever way, you know. And so after that, we lived a very simple, very, very simple life because it was a military takeover and because of what went down, they sort of disregarded the family. So we were never treated as a first family. So we literally had to hustle it out. And so my mom actually became more or less a sole breadwinner of the
Bless
house.
her.
Yes, exactly.
While he was on house arrest during that time.
So this after house arrest. So he was on house arrest for 2 years, and after house arrest, he comes back, and you know, and we are home. But then of course, and you know, when we're growing up, I didn't understand why my dad was always at home and wasn't working. Remember when I grew a little old, I actually asked him, why is he always like? So that's what he told me. He said, when you've attained the highest position in the land, you cannot just go back and do just any job.
That's
Before
true.
presidency, he was working with the foreign affairs. He was a diplomat. My mom will always say we were way better off when he was a diplomat than when he became a president and the aftermath of the presidency.
It makes sense.
So
now.
literally, he wasn't working. Not to mention the fact that it was a military coup d'etat. They had seized all his whatever. Not like he had a lot of property and assets, but they had seized his passport, everything. So basically, he couldn't even leave the country. We were in here and we were more or less neglected. And so it's befell my mom, and then of course as we were growing, she literally put us through school. She did tie and dye, and today it's amazing how tie and dye. I didn't even realize how tie and dye has become so popular.
Yep.
I was talking to my friends.
Oh, so
and
you talking about like the shirts?
Yeah,
like
tie and
making the
dye,
fabric.
the fabric.
Yeah, I grew. That's what we were, the workforce. I mean, she didn't have 7 children for nothing. We were the workforce.
Wow.
We literally, I hated every single minute of it. We literally had to do
That's
tie
a
and dye.
childhood
Like,
scar.
I know,
I know,
right?
right?
So it was
Tie and
lit-
dye.
yeah. And today tie and dye, and to think that we all didn't take up after her. We didn't. Nobody took up.
Nobody
them.
does
We
tie and
all like went to school, school, and nobody really took up the tie and dye. But that's what really took us through school, And so we've actually had a very humble upbringing, and stuff like that. And then so I went on to be a medical doctor. Yes. And along the way,
Well, see, I'll tell you, this
In
story is
other
more
words,
interesting.
became a lawyer.
yeah, so we have a lawyer, we have another doctor, we have ITB. It's a very varied. Everybody is very diverse.
So you're a
Yes.
medical doctor.
Yeah, I'm a medical doctor.
In what particular area?
So
or
general.
General.
So I trained here in Ghana. Ghana is my
Wow.
love. I don't think I can ever survive anywhere apart from Ghana. So I went to school here and I trained here in Ghana. And so along the way in the medical school story, that's when I met Reggie. So you would think two very unlikely people.
Yeah,
He's
you
the
think that,
rapper,
though. You think
the
that,
whole.
though.
I like
but
you
the
think
thing,
part.
I know, right?
You think
but
that.
but the thing is, even though if you would look at the upbringing and you would just stereotype and think that I was always a party girl. I've always
So,
loved to party.
Yeah.
And he's the party guy.
I know.
Yeah,
I've
you know.
always loved to party. I've always
So when you
loved to
saw
hang out.
him when he was doing his thing, were you a fan of his?
Who wasn't?
So you,
Everybody was a fan of Reggie Rockstone. Reggie Rockstone, like they knew when he came. So I was much younger. He's way older than me, quite older than me.
Yeah.
So I was much younger. And I remember when he first came. So my older sisters were in uni. So I remember they came from uni sometime, and when they were on vacation, then they're telling us, all the parties, all the hanging out, and they were talking about this new guy who was scam, he's
Man.
rapping in G and blah blah blah. That's his Reggie Rockstone. So you see, life is so funny. How would fast forward and I would meet
Yeah.
you and look at us. But anyway, so it's like, oh wow, really? Because in my house we only listen to BBC. Literally, my dad was always listening to
BBC radio.
really?
yeah.
BBC radio.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad was always listening to BBC.
International.
And we're studying, and so it was a pretty square upbringing. So when they come from school and they are telling us all of this, we don't be like, really, really, really. Anyway, then then Reggie Rockstone is the newest thing. Everybody is crazy in awe of him. I go to secondary school. I remember, I always tell this story. I remember one of the
you
days.
said, wait, it's a little
Oh
gap
yeah,
there.
no.
You said-
There's a big gap. It's not. There's a big gap.
It ain't that R. Kelly thing though. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
I'm
not.
I'm not going to jail for this. You hear me? Just put it on camera there.
So
Yeah.
I remember we were in school. I'm in the house one day when I hear one of my friends, and at that time we were having what we call, I don't know if you're familiar with the word doomso. We had a lot of light off, so we
No.
went
that's
through
the power
yeah,
cut.
blackout. Yeah,
okay.
we went through a really turbulent period where we had a lot of doomso, like
Blackouts.
blackouts, like power outages, and so literally we all had these rechargeable lamps. And the beauty of the rechargeable lamp was that there's always a radio attached to it.
So
And,
you can hear
in
him.
secondary
Yeah.
school, you are not allowed, but because you have the lamp, they can only do so much, And so I remember we were there. I was actually upstairs in my room when I heard one of my friends scream, "He's done it again!" I don't even know which song it was. And he had
Probably,
just
yeah.
released a hit song, and
that
the
was
whole
it.
house was crazy. I still didn't know Reggie. Then fast forward in uni, along the way, I meet Reggie Rockstone. That's another.
So
So it's a
Reggie-
very long.
oh, so-
story.
okay.
I'll give you a synopsis. We'll not go into the actual details. I know he wants to give that.
Right.
But I'll
I'm
give you a
dying
synopsis. Yeah, dying to. I'll tell you the nice part for me. So it turns out that
I'm laughing before I even hear
I know,
it.
right? It turns out that I've told that I've always been a party girl. So you can imagine my life in uni. It was a party life. I mean, of course, I was studying. So I'm a
Study, of
medical
course, but
doctor.
you had to get your
But
party
then-
in. After you
exactly.
studied, you party.
Exactly. And so we had friends in common that I didn't even know. And the friends kept telling him about this girl whom they thought would get along really well with him. Because I think he had broken up with his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and he was in that space, and they kept telling him about this girl, that the girl would get
Everywhere I
along.
went,
Yeah,
her name would come
up.
and so what he did was he would always ask if he would see someone from Legon, because I was in University of Ghana, Legon. Then he would ask, or if he see somebody who went to Achimota, he would ask, "Oh, do you know?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she's." So everybody was like sort of confirming what whoever said the first time, and so he was like, "Okay, so who is this girl?" He wants to see this girl who everybody is talking about. And so it so happened that I went to, it was one of my friend's birthday, and we went to this spot in Labonis, Salisbury, and Reggie used to hang there a lot. But at that time, I was actually dating someone else.
Oh, see,
so we all went. I know, right? So we all went there in a group. So I'm sitting there when I see a friend, Max Jawai. I didn't see Max in ages. So I was like, oh wow. So he sees me, he's like, hey, we talk. Unbeknown to me, he was one of the instigators of the whole Zilla Reggie thing. So he goes to tell Reggie that, hey, the girl you're looking for is sitting outside with her friends.
Yeah, here he
I
is.
know, right?
He's the man.
So I'm sitting there when Reggie comes and says, I've been looking for you. So I'm looking around like, looking for who? Me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him like, really? You've been looking for me?
So you seen a picture of her already?
No.
No, at
Have
that
you?
point, no.
Because at that time we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have all of
Nothing.
it.
I didn't know.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they had described her as being big-breasted, and you know I'm a B man myself, so
Yeah, it was
you
once
know,
upon a time I was
at that
busty.
point,
Not today,
at that
but once
point,
upon
at
a
that
time.
point, we was good to go.
And so at that point you were good.
I mean, besides the hype about her personality,
Okay.
you know, they had said she was a heavy mama.
Yeah, I actually was. I know you would wonder where it all went now. I don't know where it went, but yeah, I was then. It's not like I was big either. I wasn't.
It was just natural.
It was just
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Our family thing. So. And then, so that was our first, conversation.
And then it went on from there.
And then it actually took another year to 2 years before.
Year.
Communication was very erratic afterwards. I would
Really?
barely
So
speak to
it wasn't
him
like
and-
love at first sight and then that was it? Or was it love at first sight?
Nah, I don't
We
think.
built.
No. Yes.
And so
we
at that point,
definitely
because you were
built.
still focused on what you were doing.
School,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you were still, because normally it sounds like both of you are driven in different areas.
Yeah, totally different.
So you can really, it's almost like you can put relationship in one place, and then, but then you had your medical
Yes, I had
career.
my medical, and the key was that I was still a party girl. So it was easy to roll with the party man,
Yeah,
you know.
so, you know,
And so when eventually I was still in medical school, is long, it's like 8 years.
That's right, it
or
is.
9 years or how many years. So it was still in the medical school journey that we eventually this is I'm saying the 1.5 to 2 year period we hooked up. So I was still in medical school then. But and that is when it all began.
That's when it all began.
Yep. And today we are here,
How many years
almost
you been
20 years down the line.
almost 20
Almost
years.
20 years.
Yeah.
So I assume asked her to marry you. When did you know that?
When I impregnated her.
Oh, that'll do it
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I went in her space
Yeah, that'll do it
and
sometimes.
dropped some gems.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing though is, it just had a natural vibe to it. It wasn't one of them, oh, should we? It was, okay, so here we go.
It is what it is. Got it.
And, very respectable families. And the two people in the story get along. And then this, you bring forth more glory to the families. So it wasn't really, if anything, it was more about, her going back to her folks to let them know
I know
that rap dude, that rap dude that y'all been clapping for, because apparently
It's a part of the family now.
I used to be in a commercial, right? I used to be in a commercial for a Guinness commercial, and I don't remember the story right, but her mother used to see me on TV, at that time when I used to do the Guinness commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
So it must have been one hell of a shock that this Negro,
the Guinness guy.
this Negro he walking in the house talking about, I done left something in your daughter, and that's how that
and,
went.
and it's going to be producing more.
Yeah, we producing music, producing children, producing a beautiful life. So,
How many children do you have?
oh yeah, we did a few more after that.
Yeah, 4, right? 4 total.
We have three. He had
three.
one.
I had
before.
one before.
Oh,
I understand.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, and
an
then
older
three.
daughter, older
Yeah.
daughter, and so all of us. Yeah.
It's like the Brady. No, not quite.
Nah, the
Bunch.
Brady-
No, yeah, that's all. You know?
The Brady White.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah.
There. So now, you all get married, establish your family. Are you still practicing medicine at this point?
Not fully.
No,
Not
not
fully.
for me.
Did you ever practice medicine
Yeah,
fully?
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I mean, I went through medical school. I finished. It wasn't easy. I had 2 of the kids when I was in medical school.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that wasn't easy
So
at all.
wow. Oh, so okay. So you're
Yeah.
still trying to finish.
Yeah.
With
I
with, a,
finished.
with
And
our
then-
child in her belly.
Yeah.
See, that's a whole story. You have a book.
No. Yes, I know. I should
Yeah.
write a book. I
Even
know.
the rooster's telling you.
Yeah, when the cock crowed right there on the spot. Yeah.
You should. I mean, because that's to be able to
Yeah, to juggle.
juggle
that, yeah.
and then
yeah.
be married to a star. So
Yeah.
that's a
Oh,
whole nother.
I
See, the
know.
rooster
I
still.
know. I know. The rooster is still.
You know,
I
that's
said
not
it.
easy.
And I know. And then we got the spot. So this
Oh,
one,
this year.
this is our 12th year
12th
of having
year.
this
Of
place.
being here.
Yes,
Yeah.
of running this. And so we got it when I had finished medical school and I was doing my house job.
Yeah.
And house job is literally slavery. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Really?
yeah. House job is when you are getting all your experience. You like
That's
you,
like
you are
residency.
It's before residency.
Before
House job is
residency.
like you're the slaves of the hospital, the doctor
Really?
who
Yeah,
you
you
do
the
everything.
minions.
So you
You
just come
like-
in and go clean this up, go do
You
this.
work, you
Yeah.
do like literally do it. You are the first call for most patients. You do everything. You do the 24 hours, the 48 hours, those crazy hours
I
and
can only
everything.
imagine.
It's for house job. Like that's the
Yeah.
training, And so I was doing house job, and we had gotten this place. So we were juggling. I was literally juggling the two.
Yeah.
You weren't
I
sleeping
come
much.
here. No, I wasn't sleeping. I would
And
come
young
here and then
children.
and young
Between saving lives
Thank you. And young
And-
children.
and living lives.
And then you gotta still take care of him.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
you know,
I know.
when they say a woman's job is never done.
It is never done.
Yes.
And so you all moved into this location. This is known as Rockstone's
Rockstone's
office.
office.
Yeah, used to
Rockstone's
be
office.
known as the office.
Yes, it used
Okay.
to. It was at
At
the office.
the office.
At
Yes.
the office.
And a very good friend of mine, peace be unto brother Abdul. And brother Abdul, Sierra Leone, you Sierra Leone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
brother Abdul, he's the one that passed it on because he was moving
Yeah.
back to Sierra Leone. But before this, I used to hang out here all the time.
Actually,
you
let
know-
me tell you, I introduced him to this place. I used to come before
She's
you.
the party girl.
You know
so
what?
this-
You know, I totally forgot that.
Yes, I did. I was, of course, I was.
This is
I'm
where
the
you would
party.
party?
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
come here a lot, and then so
Yeah.
that's how come resident. And then when he came, and then of course
Yeah.
he realized, oh, all his guys, all
All
his
my
friends,
friends
and blah
was
blah blah.
here.
And then it became his hangout.
And
as
the
well.
owner was somebody that I knew from way back.
Yeah.
So then you felt comfortable, I guess,
Yeah.
when starting to pass it on.
I
to
mean,
you.
I was here so much they put my picture on the wall.
Did we see?
No,
it
not
didn't.
this
It
one. I put this
Yes.
one up. You know, used to be in there, and
Yeah.
and so people would always ask if I had shares in the joint. You know, so
now
God,
you own it.
God speaks. You know,
Yeah.
we spoke it into existence, and so then we came into some money,
Yeah.
and of course at this time I'm not running wild like still wild, but
But
know.
not running wild.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So we.
Because actually, when he told me the first time, I was
Nah, she was like, nah.
I was opposed. I
'Cause
was
she
at
was
first.
just thinking
Because
to
I'm
herself,
like,
I'm already partying.
thank you, and I'm going
And
to
she
go on
gonna
the
build
party.
a spot.
Really? I'm not going to
know,
go
Hold
on.
the spot and party. Now you got to make sure people party.
You jump from the
You know,
fire.
so initially it was like, then, well, he convinced me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad decision at all.
No.
No, 12
It
years
was
12
actually
years.
a
Still
very
here.
good decision.
And we still here.
And you're
we're still
open,
here.
what, every day pretty much?
Yeah, now
yeah.
pretty much every day. 6.5 days in a week.
Yeah, before,
Yeah.
we used to run it
Six
like
and a
a
half.
club. We used to run it like a nightclub. Right inside of there, we used to be Ram. I'm gonna give you some pictures so you could.
Okay.
And then we went next door. That's Grandpapa's. And then we went upstairs. So we got corporate after work.
Up here.
Yeah, that's called after work.
Oh, wow.
So it's
So
three
the way we
joints.
did it is one entity, but we
Yeah.
gave it different names.
Names.
So you have different
And that was very
functions.
strategic. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
so we can
yeah.
as we speak, we can actually hold 5 different functions
At the same
simultaneously.
Same time.
Yes, at the
So
same
Grandpapa's
time. Yes.
is the uppity joint. That's where all them Hollywood folks You know what I mean? You can walk in here and have...
That's the sexy spot, right?
That's the spot right there, the ballers.
Okay.
You know, so at any day you walk in and it'd be Idris Elba sitting there or Wyclef's on or, you know, whoever. You know, it's a nice little... nice little, you know... it don't look nothing like it used to. Though.
I know.
That's right. But I send you the pictures.
Okay.
And then, of course, this was like the general population.
Understood.
And then you had the outdoors. And then as time went on, you know, styles change and more places open up, so we had to reinvent ourselves.
Yes.
So we did after work because as we got older, you know, well, I was already old when I came in there, you know, but she got older, and then, you know, the clientele started to flip. Exactly. So now her age group, you know, they congregate upstairs. They are young entrepreneurs and doctors and, you know.
So more of a professional.
Yeah, more of a professional vibe.
That's the vibe right now, very professional vibe.
Because I came in with the ruckus, you know. I came with the boom play, and then it went into some Hollywood.
So you were 90s.
As far as my age?
No,
because you know, definitely not. As far as the
great grandpa.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, I ran through all the stages.
So you were 80s?
Yeah, we ran through 80s, 90s, we did 90s,
2000.
Yeah, I mean everything because, like we said before, partying. I'm still that dude. And remember, these kids, they grew up to my music.
Well, some of them probably made to your music.
Exactly. You know, people. Yeah, you're right. People found their wives here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And so so after a while now, I became, you know, the dude that would not go away. Because every time, and of course I kept it fresh, you know, because, you know, I put music out every now and then just to remind them.
But you know who you remind me of back in the States? And you may have heard of him because you're familiar with my area, but Chuck Brown.
Oh, come on, Chuck. Chuck is the OG.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know,
so
Chuck is the OG.
Go-Go.
Yeah, Go-Go. Chuck is the OG.
And then so anytime this
I remember many years ago in New York, I was talking to this sister from your side, and I had never heard the expression "work the wall." I said, "What are you talking about?" Because the Go-Go came on, and she, you know, since nobody to dance with, she said she worked the wall. I said, "Okay." You know, yeah, Chuck is.
But you know what that means, though.
Yeah, I know what that means. I know what that means. I know what that means. Well, I know what that means. Not quite what that means. Yeah, but yeah, man. So yeah, Chuck is that's a close. But you see, did Chuck invent the go-go sound?
That sound that we know.
I feel like busting loose.
Yeah, that's his.
Chuck Brown.
He made his. He put go-go. You know, of course you had EU,
and
Rest, and Junkyard and Backyard, and you had.
We had the whole go-go squad up in here, man.
Really?
Yo, I'm gonna send you some videos. We had them with homeboy. What's his name? Oh man, big R&B singer, but he from your sides.
Tony Terry or somebody?
No.
When we had Just Music.
No, not Tank. Yeah, what's his name?
Genuine. I mean,
not Genuine. The other one. Oh man, what's his
DC?
name? Yeah, he got a little Black Panther type vibe, but he's an R&B singer. Man, he's on my WhatsApp.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but he came with a whole squad, so he led it, and it was amazing because a lot of my workers had never heard go-go.
Yeah, go-go is old.
And go-go got the African vibe in it.
All the way.
So all the Ghanaians, like my workers, was like, "Oh, this is dope," but they never heard the sound before, and they had all the dance moves and
they got it.
Yeah. It was dope.
Well, tell me how you all transitioned from this enterprise to Rock's Waakye, because
that's where we at now.
That's where you are now. I mean, and I want people to hear your story because when you hear people's full story, it gives you an appreciation for where they are.
Yes.
And then when they come to get Waakye, they're not just coming to get Waakye. It's not like, oh, I'm just getting Waakye.
Nah, there's a whole story with everything.
So tell me how did you decide? Okay, we're going to go to the Waakye space.
It really jumped off. To make it short, it jumped. We always sold Waakye. Yeah. We had like a menu with finger foods. You know, your chicken. We had a nice chef. You know, both from French African. So you know, we was.
So they're from Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, and some other Ivory Coast, Togo. Okay. You know, so we was nice with the bougie black folks. You know, and then but the Waakye was the only Ghanaian dish on there, and this was inspired by yours truly because I grew up on Waakye.
He's a Waakye.
I'm a Waakye freak.
He's a Waakye head.
You know, so I had some Waakye that I really liked, and I said everybody in Ghana eats Waakye. Matter of fact, even when I lived up outside, you know, we still ate the Jamaican, you know, rice and peas, and you know, so it's something that's very us.
Yes.
So we put it on the menu, and it blew up.
It was,
you know, that was the most popular.
Yes.
So you had all the continental, you know, the cracker joints, but then you had the Waakye.
Actually, after a while, people didn't even know we had
other foods.
They
thought
we kind of like took over.
They
You know, so we kind of
Waakye.
it became a part of the vibration here.
And mind you, this is us selling Waakye
At night.
not during the day.
Yes.
So people eat Waakye during the day.
Yeah.
And at night.
People
And
it's
at
breakfast.
all
People eat Waakye breakfast, lunch, and
Waakye is for it's like
Three.
it's a breakfast dish. Lunch break, and they eat at
and
night as well. At night,
you know,
this is
'cause
us
they got
talking about
everything
1
in
a.m.,
there.
2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
But I love it so much. I can see how it can happen.
Yeah.
you know, you get a good healthy breakfast. You know, it take you a long way, especially if you out there construction, whatever. You know,
Right,
you
'cause you got your
you
carbs,
got
you
the
got your rice,
sunshine.
and you got your
You
protein.
know,
very
your
well
sunshine. You know,
balanced
you burn
diet,
this, you burn out.
Yeah.
And in the evening, you might eat something else. So
Then you got your egg in there
Yeah.
too. So
Exactly.
got your beans.
I'm putting it
It's
together.
a whole rounded meal.
Yeah.
And so, COVID hit. So when COVID hit now, everybody panicked because we're running a night spot. And so they,
'Cause you gotta shut down.
you got to shut
Exactly.
down.
Hospitality very much affected.
That's it.
Boom. And we was on some, and I'm not sure, you might remember, I think I might have been fasting at that point or something. So, you know, I was talking to Jai anyway. So, you know, I spoke my piece.
Yeah.
And God just let, you know, say, come on, man. You
That's
know,
when the idea came.
it's not about the drink. You got this food that everybody loves. They're about to go cold turkey on this. You know, so why don't you zoom in on the food, deliveries? Because, you know, regardless of COVID, you got to eat.
And
Exactly.
delivery people were eating.
And
There
and
you
at
go.
that time, it was food was the only thing allowed.
Yeah.
Really, it's like everywhere is closed.
Closed
But
down,
if
but
you
you
have
still
a
sell
after a
the
while,
food.
after a rest,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. People should you can do deliveries and take out, but nobody is sitting in. You know,
Yeah.
so of course, and we had the food aspect as well. You know,
So the food jumped up, and then we started to rebrand it. Because there's a whole gen that knew about our food, but now we said, all right, now here we go, Rocks Waakye. You know, we got the T-shirt, we got the merch,
Everything.
boom, boom, boom. Everything is moving, and people are like, yeah, that's what's up. You know, man, after this
The-
COVID, man, we gotta eat.
I
gotta
know.
eat, gotta eat.
The
And it's a
interesting
comfort
thing
food.
is
It's a
exactly.
comfort food on
Yeah.
top of that.
The
That's
interesting
it.
thing is, like we told you, we've always sold the Waakye, just as it was a night. But then, of course, when COVID hit, you know, social media became so alive because everybody
Yes.
was home. Everybody was in the social space on social media. And so, with the Waakye and everything, and it was, and people actually thought we had just started selling Waakye. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
But you've been selling it for all
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
a long
we've been
time. So
selling
you
it for
had
10
one
years
faction of
plus then.
Ghanaians who had been eating my food,
Yes.
who already knew,
Those are the
and then
nightlife
all of a
people.
sudden, social media and one very popular musician, artist, he threw in one of his rants about your OG man, he only selling rice now or whatever, and he mentioned my food. And boom!
That was it. That's
so
all you
that
needed.
it opened the whole. So God works in mystic ways.
Yeah, that was
and everybody's like, oh, okay. So those who already knew was now telling folks that you didn't know, that's the best.
Yeah,
and
we've
then
been
they were
eating
like,
it
all
for
right, we're gonna
years.
check that. And then the deliveries, and then something else happened that will blow your mind.
Okay. I'm
Traditionally, Waakye from day one, from its very inception, was always eaten in a leaf. Green leaf,
A banana leaf.
Yeah.
banana.
It's actually-
Well,
it's
it's
not
actually not a
it's a
banana
different
leaf.
plant.
It's
It's
different.
not
Different. The
Yeah, it's
the
not
Waakye
banana.
leaf is not banana.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of
It's
leaf.
Yeah.
different. If
together.
you would bring it out, you'll see it's a full leaf. A banana
Yeah.
leaf, you'd have to cut it up.
Yeah.
But this is actually a leaf. It's like a full
Yeah.
leaf.
So now I know that this leaf is something.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's
And
not
so
banana
that's the and then of course we got the whole plastic, recycle.
issues and
That's
stuff
an
like that,
issue
yeah.
because the gutters are getting choked when
Yes.
it floods, when it rains or floods. So another young brother who I'm gonna pull up for in a minute, he came and rapped to us, and he said, "Look, man, I got this new concept, and it might be a little difficult for your people to, you know. But I said, look, man, if we're about Waakye, we want to do everything that's different from the next, because we trying to take this worldwide.
Yes.
We trying to be like KFC, Mickey D's. We
listening.
trying to be. That's what
I'm
the
right
whole
here.
franchise. So we got the brand now. I already got clout as far as my name. I'm serving the food. The people are loving it. So that's cool. We already got that leverage. And he brought this up. So it was a jar.
Put it.
So then, boom, we had Waakye. Because this is Waakye, Waakye.
So
Food.
somebody can put it in the jar.
We can put it in the jar, brother.
We'll show it to you in a minute.
And I'm
Yeah,
gonna show you
actually
this.
7 in our
And
Oh, really?
yo, and we still wrap it with the leaf. You can open it,
And just
pour
out.
it out hot. It's clean. You know, you don't have to join no long ass queue jumping over some gutters. Cause usually, you know, it's in the hood, and so that's like for the corporate folks. I mean,
So
matter
you
of fact,
you can just hand it out.
you can just hand it
Exactly,
out.
because it's
And so
free,
if you
it's
came
pre-made.
out, if you came to the spot late and we had ran out, we had like a whole warmer, and you just walk in and pick your jammy, and boom, you eat it. And of course, remember, they had never. This is like totally brand new. In
Nouveau.
fact, it sounds crazy to Ghanaians. So they went buck wild on it, and
Yeah.
it got lit. It
Internet.
got lit on social media. It was a huge
I'm
division.
telling you, we were trending
Man,
like
Reggie,
it was
that was
listen,
good
great.
for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
We were not
Folks
complaining.
folks was
You
like,
know?
man, get out of here with that bull.
Yeah.
You had other people saying, well, it makes sense. You know, it's gonna.
the conversation was happening.
The conversation began. So now, Waakye, Waakye, we in the news. You know, we trending.
Didn't you do something on like CNN or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah, we've been done that.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
BBC,
we done another
CNN,
BBC.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we
were
had
like
all kinds of.
seriously
That's what I'm gonna
trending.
say. This is another level it went to.
Trending
Yeah,
globally.
trending.
Yeah.
You know, as we speak, we had like a big chef from out of town just come talk about this. So, yeah, it caught fire, man. And then from then, it's just been where we are now. So, all we trying to do now, our dream now, and to all the listeners, everybody watching, we want to expand this jammy. We want to make this brand. It's a Pan-African ideology right
Yes.
now. It's not just the food, and also to show our people that we could big up ours.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you're gonna
Yes.
eat a burrito or whatever, pizza, blah. This is Waakye. You know, it's nutritional. It's very African, and it's an acquired. It's not an acquired taste, but it's a Ghanaian African dish.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not an acquired taste, because when I came here,
Yeah.
I was born, and my audience says I was born in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
So it's
you know,
rice.
yeah.
And we call it black eyed peas.
Black eyed peas.
Yeah, black
yeah.
eyed peas.
And,
Yeah.
and
That's
when
it.
I had Waakye, I was like, wait a minute, this
Yeah.
tastes like black eyed peas. And I looked down.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute,
It
this
is
is rice and
black
black eyed
Black eyed
peas.
peas, yeah.
And so we love that.
Yeah.
In the southern region of South
Yeah, it's as African as it can get.
It was, and I said, well, wait a
Yeah.
minute. And every time, and then when I figured out,
And-
now I never had it with egg before. The boiled egg.
Yeah,
when
boiled
at
egg.
first sight, it threw me
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But then when I ate it with the
with
boiled
the egg now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is it.
know,
I'm
And the
finding
egg,
spots in DC.
you know,
going to
it
get
got that look. You know, when you got the avocado green slice
yeah.
next to the white egg, and you got the hot sauce shito.
Yeah.
Shito is really the ingredient that brings it all together now.
Well, see, I got to put mine on the side.
Yeah,
that's
you
that
know.
Negroni thing.
Yeah,
That
you-
Negroni
you-
thing I got going.
You,
I got
you know, you
wasn't ready for
you
it.
gotta be
It's too spicy for you, huh?
reinitiated.
I'm getting better now.
Yeah, you gotta be
Thank God.
reinitiated. Yeah, but yeah, we got that coconut oil, and yeah, and the thing about our Waakye is it's very old school. Our shito is not the new school bougie. When you
Brody.
no, but when you eat our shito, I mean, when Michael Blackson ate my Waakye, he said, "Man, I just caught a flashback, you know, of his childhood." That's what Waakye tasted like.
Really?
And that's where we at.
All right,
know,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the heat on it.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna put the heat on it.
You know,
I'm gonna put the
you
heat
know,
on
we
it.
really serious. You got Africans all over the world, and black people. I mean, human beings. You gotta eat. People want to eat different foods, and so for us, if we have Waakye, New York, Waakye, anywhere where Ghanaians, and then remember, the food doesn't just come; it comes with my clout.
Yes.
So these kids that grew up to my music, they feel a part of the story. So
Right,
they're already
yeah.
on some, showing love.
Yeah.
And worldwide, we could that's what we're trying to do now.
Well, I see it. I've had
Yeah.
it every time I bring one of my tours here.
Yeah,
I love to bring people by.
I got that on video. I
Yeah.
posted
Yeah,
that.
the one
Had
you-
all these African Americans come in my DM, man.
That's
Yo,
right. But that's real.
That's it.
That's how.
Yeah.
And the one brother, he ate. We thought
He
he was going to eat
he cleaned the plate. The
Really?
leaf. I got it on camera, man.
I was like, what is this?
Yep,
He was able to eat the pepper.
Yeah, he murdered
He,
it.
he,
He must have took his little
I was gonna say I don't know how
doses.
because he inhaled it. I was
Yeah.
walking around and I came back and it was nothing but a
Well,
leaf.
remember you guys still got
Wow.
the stew, the fish, the
Yeah,
willy,
there's
what-
a whole lot. There's
So,
a whole lot of things in that dish.
it's just a real amazing story because when you have folks that never had it before, they might like the rice, the stew, maybe the hot sauce too much, but they still enjoy it. They put the egg in there. You remember we got the Killy Willy. That's the
Yes.
fried
The
plantain.
plantain.
Yes,
They like
yes.
that. They might combine that. The acquired taste is the willy. That's the cowhide. That some folks,
But you can always modify it. You can put on the side.
people,
Yeah.
people,
I
people,
mean, if
but
you
the
don't
beef
want
is in there, so they might just eat the
Yeah.
beef. So yeah,
I don't think I had the cowhide.
yeah.
We
Some,
call that leather.
yeah, leather, yeah, Sometimes we got tripe,
We call it
The
willy.
willy.
Yeah.
Willy.
Willy.
Yeah.
Something better.
Willy,
Willy.
Willy.
yeah,
Yes,
Willy,
I'm getting better, y'all. I'm getting better.
yeah,
Well, I'm excited for you because I
Thank
know,
you, sir.
we've spent time chatting about
Yep,
this.
we
And
have.
I know I'm a taste person.
Yeah.
But I'm also a marketing person. So I watched how you all marketed everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I had tasted it, and I was like, okay, it tastes good.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's.
Yeah,
I mean,
We
that's-
are walking the talk.
yes,
Yeah.
you're walking the talk, and everyone
Yeah.
really, whether you're in Ghana or the U.S. or the U.K. or Canada or
Yep.
Nigeria or Cote d'Ivoire, or because a lot of people come to Ghana.
yes,
Yes,
And I know it's a large Nigerian population that comes to
yep.
Ghana.
They come too.
And so what you want to do is make sure you stop by here, by Waakye, here at Rockstone's office.
Yeah, Rockstone's office.
We have phone call up. We do
Yeah,
deliveries.
delivery,
So you don't
wherever
even have
you
to come.
are.
If you can't come, we'll bring it to you.
We're bringing it to you.
And that's important because, you make it easily accessible. But I think the bigger picture is this. And this is what I encourage. What I do is I try to bridge the gap in the
Yes.
African diaspora, and I try to support what's already indigenous to a particular area.
Yeah.
And you all created this here.
Yeah.
This is not something that somebody needs to come in
Nah.
someplace and
Exactly.
exploit.
No, not
You
at all.
own it.
We got
you,
this.
and then you take it and you build it, and then you work with investors as you see fit. And I like to always support that because
Thank you, brother.
I see the global exploitations of our talent and our skill.
Yeah.
And it's like if we don't, a lot of times, one of the issues that we have in America is we don't know fully who we are. That's why we're coming back here trying to
Most.
figure it out. But you all have created something
Yeah.
in this space that is organic to Ghana,
Truly.
and it should be worldwide. Just like the burrito was worldwide, and
That's
the taco,
it.
just like
The
that
taco,
Bell and
you
all
know,
these other places. That
Africans want to eat everybody else's food, but they own.
Right, and
you
that's-
know what I mean?
and the flavors are here.
Exactly. So
and you
for
can control
us,
the heat.
yeah,
So if you don't want all
yeah,
the spicy,
yeah,
spice,
yeah.
you
We
can control that
you know,
too.
we tone it down. Or you could build your resistance.
That's what I'm
you
doing. I'm
get
slowly-
reinitiated. But
Right, come on back,
yeah,
come on
on
back.
back home now. Yeah, you're right. So that's really where we at now.
Well, again, I'm excited for you, and
Thank
I
you,
want to
brother.
thank both of you for sharing your story and sharing this journey.
Pleasure.
Welcome.
And
Yes.
I mean, I think the story is just as important as the watching.
Yeah,
Because
they
know
come
the
hand in
people-
hand.
They know the people behind
Yeah.
it, and when they see that, it's like now people want to support.
Yeah.
And they want to come through.
Yes.
For investors that are out there that are serious,
Exactly.
serious
Yeah,
ones.
serious
you got,
investors,
you
serious
got
Nah,
folks out
we
there that-
we need some serious brothers and sisters.
Yep.
We could do that TV show too if y'all want. Love and Waakye.
I like that.
These
I
are
like
jokes.
Love
they got
and
what you got? Love and basketball.
Well, but do love and watch it.
Do love and
The
Waakye.
two of you would be perfect.
I
for
know,
it, though.
right?
I can
Because
see it
we
already.
are truly in love with each other, and we have a good story to
You
go.
do. You do.
So this food is cooked with love,
Thank
and
you.
blessings be upon all of you.
Well, I want to thank you, the two of you again. And it's I know that everybody can't land the interview with you. I know that. I know.
Nah, we're pretty accessible.
But everybody. But let me say this: for somebody coming here from the U.S. and you've always been so open, just from the moment that we first started communicating, and so that means a lot to me, and I know other people from the diaspora because they tell us in America. Them Africans don't like us.
Really?
It goes both. It's the divide and conquer.
Is that what you experienced when you came?
No, I've never experienced.
I mean, look, it's the whole divide and conquer syndrome, and we've been away from each other for a while, and so of course there's going to be some differences, and these differences they might manifest via the man. Making the other man feel like, oh, you better than him. And, it's just it's just bitching back and forth.
Yes, it is.
But it's human behavior, too. If you separate people that long, reuniting might have, you got folks who just don't want to be nothing to do with Africa,
That's true.
All they ever seen on television was Africa, the little kid with a pot belly with the flies around their mouth. I don't want to be that. I
like how you said television.
Yeah,
I caught that.
Television be,
I caught that.
They tell us whatever they want to tell us.
And then we believe it. I think that's the part.
Yeah.
And that's why we have so many people here pushing back on this narrative.
You got folks who don't have TVs in their house.
Yeah.
They refuse to have a TV.
Oh, because they know what's
They
know what's going on.
They feed you whatever they tell you. That's what you believe.
And that's why what we're doing right now is feeding a differerent narrative.
Exactly.
We're going to feed some Waakye.
Exactly.
I know.
And we're going to help people understand that this is Ghanaian authentic. And make sure when you, and just know this, whenever you come to Ghana, make sure you taste rocks Waakye.
So you should.
So if once you taste this Waakye and you get it in your DNA, you will be coming
about
back
to reshuffle your joints.
You would always come back.
Yeah, they do. They always
Sankofa.
Sankofa.
All right.
This is rocks Waakye in its original, authentic Ghanaian form. This is the leaf that we spoke about. So at this point, I'm going to act like the magician and let my lovely assistant open up this beautiful piece here. Now, if you see, we strategically placed the egg on there, and I don't know where the avocado is.
Yeah, where did that?
That looks so good.
It's in there?
And it smells so good too.
Okay, the shito covered that.
Yeah.
So there you have it. You got the fish, you got the egg, you got the gari, you got this here, which I call spaghetti.
Yeah, the spaghetti.
Yeah, but we call that talia. And then you got the shito. This is the sauce. You got the plantain.
It looks like it's
chopped up.
Serious.
Now here's the hide, the willy, and then you got the beef in there. So you're rolling. And then you mix it all up. The stew's already in there. The veg is in there too.
Look at that.
And I think they might have missed the avocado.
Yeah, they missed the avocado.
So, somebody get fired on camera. These jokes. But and this is
and that's the
Waakye.
leaf. And that's the
leaf. So you see, it's a whole complete leaf. So that was it's not
half
banana.
a leaf.
Yeah, you see how it is. It's a full leaf.
So to make y'all hungry, you could peep that game.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And this is going to go worldwide.
Yep, we international, baby.
We'll look at this interview years to come.
Very well balanced.
Yep.
You
have your protein,
you have your carbs, you have everything.
Your vegetables.
Exactly.
Everything is in there.
Very well balanced.
Your spice.
Yeah.
Yep. Your spice.
You smell it. Go ahead.
I can smell it for sure.
Yeah. And so this is what everybody grew up on. Okay? You go to your hood. Every hood got their local,
Waakye joint.
Queen Waakye joint.
Yes.
And it's primarily sold by women. I don't think I ever seen a male. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you might even be groundbreaker like that.
I could put myself in there.
Yeah,
okay,
actually,
I don't cook it. Okay, so now, fast forward. This is the one that raised the roof, the Waakye.
So this is the Waakye.
That's coming.
Yeah, the Waakye.
So we took this to the next level, and that's what happened. This is the original here, rocks Waakye, and so fast forward, in comes Waakye. This is the the mothership. This is that new school. So right there, see this here?
So that's in the jar.
Yeah, that's in the jar, but
With
you
the
still
leaf.
got your leaf wrapped around it. And so when you see this, you see, got the logo there. That's the logo.
Yeah, look at that.
So all you got to do now, because you know folks is
yeah.
fretting, so you just take the and then leaf will just open up for you. Boom. Okay. Now no oil stains, nothing. You open this neat, and then you take the fork, and this is what you do. You just roll it right out, and see the way we organized it.
Right, so even how you
It falls,
in
yeah,
there.
it falls
It's
right back on the same
and
way.
looks just like
Just
this.
looks just like this, with a stew
got
falls
the
right
stew
on
right
top.
there.
Yeah.
And then you got this, and then you take your can I get the top screw?
Yeah.
You get this. Of course, you can scoop all the insides. You know,
Right,
make
right.
sure, and then you just it's neat. No plastic, no rubber use, whatever. You can put this in the supermarket shelves. You can pick that up. You know, you live in New York somewhere. You just go in there, boom, pick it up,
Yep,
and
yep.
you got a piece of home in the UK, wherever you are. And this is Waakye. Now, I got news for some of you Waakye heads. I personally have come to realize that the Waakye actually tastes a little bit better for me
Really?
than the original. Reason being that when you put it in the jar,
Marinate.
it marinates. 1, 2, you know, all the flavors mix up. So the stew, everything blends in, and it's that's my personal. But yeah, but it's the same content.
What's
It's
your
just-
What's your preference of the two? This
The
one?
traditional.
Ah,
Oh, you like
okay.
the trash, but you know, you take and it can last for as long as
36 hours.
36 hours.
Really?
Yep.
Yep, 36 hours
controlled
in a
environment.
controlled environment. You got it.
So like a fridge or something like
Yeah,
that?
we got. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
have
in
a
the fridge
container.
it lasts longer.
It lasts
But
longer
if you
in the
want
fridge,
it
yeah.
hot, we have
Yeah,
a warmer.
we have a warmer.
And it stays after in the warmer. So when you take it, it's piping hot.
And
So
I was
it's fresh,
and,
hot.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I was the first.
exactly.
I was the
Fresh,
first
fresh.
to taste the first experiment. They put it and it tasted. Whew,
It was
tasted
really nice.
really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was really
nice.
good. Marinate. That's
Yeah.
the word.
Marinate.
And
Yeah.
this we've done testing and everything,
Yeah.
microbial tests
all
and
of
all
the
of that.
above.
Yes.
That's the medical side.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that,
You
it's
use
all
those
coming out
words.
now.
She threw the word in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's all coming out now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, the testing and
Yeah.
everything.
You know,
FDA,
so very soon,
FDA is
all
is
of
like,
you in
know,
the UK, wherever y'all at, you
we'll
know,
be sending it to you.
you
from
don't have
Ghana.
to freeze your Waakye, you know, stick
But
it.
you just said something though. Can you send it? Can you ship it?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
See that? I mean, obviously you got to ship it quickly. So that might be just a thought. That's a thought.
Oh, that's like
no,
the
no,
easiest.
it's not even a thought. It's something we are working on.
That's
Yes.
like
Yes,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
it actually requires certain specialized equipment to be able
Yeah.
to carry,
'Cause you
to
have the
keep
air,
the temperature and everything.
and
Yes,
then
so
air
it's
seal.
actually quite involving in terms of money investment. So
I'm
that's
sure.
where the
That's where,
investment
you know-
story is,
Ah,
because it's quite a bit
but
of money
once
to
we
get these
cover
equipment.
this-
But once the equipments are gotten everything, they actually exist. They are there.
Yeah.
It's similar to what you have on the airplanes.
I was gonna
Like,
say,
it's something-
as long
yeah,
as
something-
air,
exactly.
Yeah.
as long as you keep
And
the
so-
air out of it, then
yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah.
So it's and you can, in that temperature, you can track it. So whilst you are here,
you know.
you have your track. You know it's at that
Yeah.
constant temperature. It lands. It goes into another device. It's delivered where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
So yes, it is possible.
You got my
It is
mind working. You got my
happening.
mind.
It
I'm
is
sitting over
in
here
the
thinking,
pipeline.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
yes.
straight. Because
And
every
so
day,
when we
you
say
know,
to the world, really mean to the world.
Yes.
every day I go on my social media, it's not a single day, man. Folks from out of town, yo, when can we get some? You know,
Yeah.
we're hungry, we miss home. You know, so if you order and you have a spot that they could just pick their joints from, boom, you know. And imagine how many pockets of Ghanaians, all of our Africans,
Well, they have
the
a
Nigerians
whole-
eat that too.
Yes.
African Americans
I
eat
was
that.
gonna say,
White folks eating it.
everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody eats.
Once
Yeah.
you taste it, I mean,
That's it.
But I mean, they have like a full blown, like in the U.S., you have a strong Ghanaian
Yeah,
population.
yeah, hell yeah.
And they have
And the
restaurants.
BX, yeah, they got all.
I
yeah.
mean, like
Yep.
authentic. But I'm
mean-
watching everybody else go in
Yep.
and eat the food.
Exactly.
So I see the Ghanaians going in,
Yeah.
but then I'm looking. I see Asian. I
Yeah,
see white
yeah.
folks. I see
Everybody, you know,
black
food
folks
is
going
food.
in. So it's
You can't go wrong with good food.
No,
People gotta eat.
And like I said, I'd never had it before. Now I think I'm addicted to it. I think that's a problem. I think I got.
Yeah,
what do you have
called?
Waakye Anonymous now?
Yes, we do. We got Waakye Warriors. We call them the Waakye Warriors. Rice and beans for the human beings.
Yep.
Yep. So there you have it. Anyway.
Bon appetit.
Bon,
Both of you can dig in.
Good afternoon, Rocks Waakye.
Lunch is served.
Lunch is served.